Governor Greg Abbott of Texas calling for a moment of silence today at 10 o'clock this morning for victims of Friday's school shooting in Santa Fe.
10 people were killed, 13 others wounded. He actually met with people at a church on the day the first funeral was held at a mosque. And Fox 4's Lori Brown's here with more on that. Lori? All right, sounds like we're having some microphone issues there with Lori, but they actually had held the baccalaureate. It just was a very somber occasion. It was much more subdued than
I think a lot of people
years.
Trying to get things back to normal, if there is such a thing as normal. All right, Lori Brown, the mic is working, and I've messed up your prompter.
One of the speakers, the Galveston County District Attorney who will prosecute the capital murder case against the teenager suspected in the mass shooting, he set aside his speech that was planned before the shooting to focus on the victims. One senior who spoke with us talked about the long journey ahead. Two of his friends were on the baseball team, were shot, but they did survive.
Really thankful for God for sparing their lives and keeping them with us, and my heart just goes out to those families who lost loved ones, and I know I'll carry this with me the rest of my life. And our youth pastor was talking about it. He said he could lie to us and say that it'll pass, but it'll always be with you, and we're just gonna have to be strong with each other and pray to God and just ask for peace as we go on through our lives.
The church was filled for the service with folded chairs to add more room for people who were standing. About 2,000 people attended a service for Sabika Sheikh, a 17-year-old exchange student from Pakistan. She dreamed of being a diplomat working to empower women. She had come to the U.S. through a study program funded by the State Department. She was set to return home next month. Her host father said she was part of their family for the last 6 months and had become good friends with their daughter. Her host mother said she gave her a prayer shawl for Mother's Day made in Pakistan by her family. Earlier in the day, Governor Greg Abbott met with families affected by the Santa Fe school shooting during a church service. He said this should be a catalyst for reforms. He said lawmakers are looking at a program already being used in some schools that looks at social media platforms of students and performs a threat assessment evaluation. The governor highlighted Lubbock ISD for screening students for mental health challenges to identify those who may be at risk of committing acts of violence. In the studio, Lori Brown for Good Day.
Thank you very much, Lori. Well, the teenager accused of the Santa Fe massacre may face federal as well as state charges. 17-year-old Demetrius Pagortzis is charged with capital murder in state court. Explosives were found at the school as well in the boy's home and in a car. Some were functional. Those would likely be federal charges. A lawyer says the teenager is in solitary confinement and on suicide watch.
He appears to be very confused and not terribly communicative at this point.
Classes have been canceled for all Galveston County schools today and tomorrow.